Hi, I'm Laura Bartow from Studio One Stampers, and I want to welcome you to my fourth video on Sale-a-bration ideas. One of the beautiful offerings this year for Sale-a-bration is this gorgeous Flower and Field Designer Series paper. This paper is free with any $50 purchase, but I want to show you what I think would be the perfect purchase to get this beautiful paper free. What I've put together for you are cards using the Many Messages stamp set as well as the Messages dies. And look over here at all the different messages and shapes and things that you can see when you cut out with one pass through the die cut machine. This is an amazing combination, and I can't wait to show you how to put these cards together. Well, I wanted to give you just a close-up of all the possibilities with this beautiful Flowers and Field Designer Series paper. When I saw this, I just could not wait to get my hands on it. It was even hard today to pick out which pieces of paper to use for these projects. But I decided to pick out these to show you today, and a couple of cute little layouts that just make it so easy to use the designer series paper. I want to show you first how to get a whole array of messages. So what I want to do for you first is to show you this Many Messages stamp, and you can see that it's a large stamp, and I have mine mounted on a clear block. It also comes on a wood block, I believe. So I have mine on a clear block, and I want to go ahead and stamp that and die cut it to show you the incredible number of things you can get from this particular stamp set. So I'm going to go ahead and grab my black Memento ink and ink up this stamp. So I like to do that when I'm doing it this way. And the reason for that is I can look and see how well things are inked up. And so I can kind of look and see, oh gosh, I need a little more ink there or a little more ink here. I just really like this technique for doing that. I can also see if I've gotten any ink in places where I shouldn't. And so that's an important thing. Sometimes it's the edges that I forget. And I like to always start out by doing one test run. And what I'm going to do is just use a scrap of paper, and I'm going to lay that on here and put it flat down here. And I'm just going to gently press. And this is going to show me if there's any places that maybe I should have inked a little bit more, or how the stamp is coming out, or maybe if I need to press a little bit more. So I'm going to pull that off and take a look, and I think that looks really good. I think I've done well. I might have wanted a little more ink there, or maybe I didn't press well right there, so I'm going to have to worry about when I push down on here, maybe kind of finding a few more spots like that. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this again. And what I have ready is Whisper White cardstock or basic white cardstock. And the nice thing about that is this is just a beautiful, beautiful coated paper to do your stamping on. The pieces that I've chosen are 6 1/4 by 5 1/2. And the reason I've picked that size is I want to have plenty of extra along the edges. I don't want to be rolling off the edges. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to lay that down and make certain that it never moves. And I'm just going to gently press the paper onto the stamps. Now I want to make certain that I don't go hard on the edge and bend the paper. I just want to gently rub without moving the stamps. So let's see how well I did. All right, pull that up. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, I'm so excited. It works out so well. Look at all of these amazing messages that I have to work for. All right, so now it's time to die cut. And this is so easy. I'm going to bring my platform over here to get it ready. I'm going to put my paper on here, ready to go. And then I'm going to take my die. And I want you to look carefully. These stars and hearts are actually guidelines. So I want to make certain that my die is exactly lined up with each of those hearts and each of those guidelines. And when I do have that done, I'm going to take a Post-it note, and I want to make certain that my Post-it note is on the sticky side, and it's just going to hold the paper right here to the die. And if I pick this up, it's all going to stay together. See how it's all staying together because it's the Post-it note is holding it in place. So I know that I'm going to get a perfect die cut with that. So I'm going to bring over my die cut machine and just pull it a little closer to me here and put that in. I need a top layer. I've got a cutting plate number 3 underneath, and I need to add a cutting plate number 3 to the top as well. So I'm going to put that on top, make sure that that's nicely centered, and away we go. And I can feel that it's, oh, do you hear that? Oh, that's so good. That means it's doing a really good job cutting. So there we go. And then we'll pull that out. It's so fun when you have a brand new die and a new machine. It all works so beautifully. So here we are, and I can take off my Post-it note. And then under here, I've got all those pieces. And look, I can just pull this right out, and all those pieces are ready to go for my card. And look at the choices I have. I just can't believe how many choices I have. Over here, I've done the same thing. I've used a different color. I've used Mary Merlot and white cardstock as well, and you can see how I've got all of those same pieces. I've spread them out a little bit just so you can see the choices. So this is a fabulous way to get a ton of greetings super fast. The other thing that you can do as well is if you say you only want a few pieces, just put a smaller piece of paper in and match up your die as well, and then you can repeat with just getting a grouping of dies, or perhaps just one that you really like. But you can see here all my different choices here. I've done vanilla paper, and I've done navy, and I've done black, and I have had so much fun with this. I'm going to take little containers and put all these little greetings in so that I have them all matched up. So this is really fun. All right, so let me show you these cute layouts that I've come up with for these cards. I'll need to leave that right there because I'm going to need to use some of those for the card that I'm putting together. All right, well, let's get back to the card designs that I have for you. There are 2, and this one, I think we'll start with this one first. This one is really fun because it's a really clever little plan here. So this is cut so that this is a half a piece of cardstock. And it's cut the long way, so this is 4.5 inches wide. And then I cut this off at 9 3/4. So right here is 9 3/4, and here is the extra 1 1/4 inches that I cut off that we're going to use for something else on the card. So here we are with that. This particular piece is also 4 by 4. You could see it was so hard to decide which side to use, but I really wanted these polka dots on here. And that goes on like that. So I'm just going to quick glue this in place because I just want to show you just how quickly this card goes together. We just need a little bit of glue. This glue is just a fabulous glue. So there we go, we've got that. And then here's my next piece, and this is a 3 by 4 piece. And of course the piece that's behind it is 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And that is in Granny Apple Green. And my card base here is Mango Melody, which of course I pulled these colors right out from what's involved in the designer paper. So I'm going to go ahead. Now when I glue this on, this one is going to stick below here, so I want to make sure there's no glue down here at the bottom. So I'm going to be kind of safe and just keep my glue up here so that I can put that in place. So I want to put that on just like that, nice and straight. And there we go. I love that this glue gives me just a moment to readjust things. And then of course I've got my piece of 4 by 5 1/4 white cardstock that will go on the inside for my message or my greeting. Okay, so look at how that goes together. Now, I told you we were going to use this piece of cardstock again. So I took this piece of cardstock and I cut it into 3 pieces. One piece is already up here, and cut it down to 3 inches so it would fit right over here, kind of like a ribbon or a band. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one on right where I have that. So you can see that, and I can choose it. I could choose it up here. I could choose it low. I could choose it anywhere I want. And now my big choice is to decide what greeting I want to put on. And so I'm thinking, I feel like birthday right now. So I think I'm going to go for this "Hooray, it's your birthday." So I'm going to grab a couple of dimensionals and put that right onto the card that way. And I have myself a cute birthday card. But of course I need something on the inside as well. So let's see, what should I put? Hooray, it's your birthday. Oh, how about happy day? Oh, happy day. That would be great. So we'll take that piece and add that right to the inside. And because I have a white piece, it looks great in there. So isn't that just so cute? That looks just great. So there's our first card, and that of course was stamped in the Mary Merlot. And then I'm going to bring in my second card here and talk about how that goes together. So what I have already is I have my my card base, and I have my 4 by 5 1/4 inch piece already glued right on there. And then here's my designer series paper, and that, as you can see, is just a 1/4 inch smaller. So it's 3 3/4 by 4 3/4. Is that right? Something like that. Anyway, so that's going to go in on an angle just to add some happy to this card. And then I'm going to choose something over here. How about "Be strong and brave, you've got this"? So I'll go ahead and add a couple of dimensionals to that. And off we go, and we have a great card. So here we go. All right, so there we go. Oh, I think right side up would be a good idea. So look at that. And look at all these choices I still have. I have all these choices of greetings left. And look at how fun this is. Well, I hope that you have a great time. And I want to let you know that I so appreciate your business and appreciate you shopping with me. And I hope that you get these many messages and the matching dies and this beautiful designer series paper. Well, take care for now.